So Evan, when you're dealing with someone um, who has had an experience
Which is
that you
everybody.
have not had,
Which is everybody.
because it's impossible to have this, to be able to identify with everyone from different, even just Jeanette, gender wise. There's no way a man can identify with the women what women go through, whether it's pregnancy or whatever. So like with Terry, his PTSD, how the heck can you wear someone's skin when you've never experienced PTSD in your life and you barely know what it is? Because even the people who have PTSD can't always explain to you what it is because it changes with each person.
The problem with the question, until you got to the end, is that there is no, even if you read a textbook, everybody's experience of it is going to be different.
Correct.
So what matters is the experience. And there's only so many experiences that, only so many feelings. This is why, like, you need to dive into the feeling zone when you get so frustrated and angry about it. Because all that matters is how does it make him feel? How does PTSD, like the label doesn't matter, dude. The label could be anything. But how does PTSD make him feel?
I hope he shows up. I can ask him because I asked. He gave me a story, and I said to him, I says, Terry, at that moment when that bomb went off around you and you was eating dinner and this happened and that happened because he was a leader of one of his platoons.
Okay.
I says, at that moment, what were you feeling? He says, dude, I had no feelings. I went right into my training. Okay, I said, fine. Okay, afterwards, when you went and checked on your men to see who might have got hit or who didn't get hit, I think it was in Iraq at the time. I said, how did you feel then? No feelings, dude. I said, okay, today, here we are, we're talking. Today, when we reflect back on that time and we're talking about it, now you had time for everything to happen. How do you feel now? No feelings, dude.
Yeah, but you're asking the wrong questions.
Okay.
It's the same answer. Like you're barking up the wrong tree. You gotta find you're jumping into the mistake that most people make, which is judgment. You're judging him not in a negative way, like you're wrong, but you're seeing it through your skin of like, man, if that was me, I'd be freaking out right now.
Right, but his training took over. So I said, do they take when you go through a training? Do they take the emotions out of it? He says, well, yes, because you don't have time to think. You don't have time to feel. You got to act right away.
Sure. And some people buckle under the pressure.
But you can. But again, the training takes you out of that.
And some people don't. Some people the training's not enough.
Right, and we mentioned that because some people they won't even get through. They won't even be able to get through boot camp because they can't. It's not for everyone. I mean, everyone really are not built. Most people are not built to be soldiers. I mean, those are true, real soldiers. And if you can't go through the training,
I don't know. I don't know about that. Like I think you can train almost anybody. Like I think if you look at the people who do the best job of taking somebody who's not fit for something and making them fit for something, it's the military.
Right, but some people they can't measure up to the training. That's why they have to kick them out, or they check out. They don't have what it takes to go through the.
Doesn't exist.
What's that?
Doesn't exist. It's a mental game. Like it's just they need more training. That's the same thing as everybody's not coach. Everybody's coachable.
Okay, Evan. Then how do you explain? People that go try out for the football team or the NFL or whatever basketball, and they just don't have the ability?
That's different.
To shoot the ball, dunk the ball.
It's different.
That's what
fine. You know what? Actually, what's great is you should answer that question. Answer your own question.
Okay, so yeah, because
Why is it different?
It's hard to disagree with you because I want to agree with you, but then I look at lived experience and research and science, it doesn't measure up because I know that certain people have certain talents, gifts, and abilities. So if you play football, say, I want to be a quarterback. I could be anything.
Okay, so what's the difference?
No,
what's the difference
you have
between
the ability to be a quarterback? You could be a lineman or you could be a defensive player. I want to be a wide receiver. You don't have that ability. You can go over here and be a tight end or running back, but you cannot catch the ball the way wide receivers catch the ball. No matter how much training we give you, you will never be a starting. You follow me?
I do. You're not following you. You still haven't answered my question. You adding more context doesn't help. I followed you from the beginning.
I thought I did answer it.
So what's the difference?
Well, you said mental. I said no. It's ability sometimes.
The ability to win in the military is not the ability to be a quarterback.
No, but the ability to be a soldier in the military, if you're not cut out for,
no, you're wrong.
And death and fighting, and you're the kind of person. Again, we're not judging this, but some people.
No. You are. You're judging them. You're the kind of person. That's judgment right there. That's judgment. That's where you're losing. That's where you need to shift.
But Evan, certain people are built for certain things, and certain people aren't.
You need to understand the difference between a mental issue and a physical issue. If you're saying quarterback in the NFL, sure, that's a physical thing.
They're connected, though.
Very rarely.
Your mind and your body are connected.
Sure.
I don't care how.
No. Zen, you're missing the connection. It's not. To be a quarterback, yes. Mind-body connection, yes. You have to have discipline. You have to have tenacity. You have to have leadership. You have to have a lot of intangibles. And you have to be at a certain physical. You have to have an arm.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, so
to be a center in basketball,
let's go back to the military. Now, Evan, you cannot. There's certain people who do have the capability of being in the Air Force and flying an airplane. Some people don't have that ability.
Who doesn't? Training. It's just training.
But it's intelligence too. Some people just don't have.
Not really.
We have different levels of.
It's not really. It's not. It doesn't require a ton of intelligence.
But so everybody can't get to Yale and Harvard.
Sure, but that's not what flying a plane is. That's what you're missing.
Flying a plane, you gotta be a smart mother. You gotta be a smart cookie man to be able to fly an airplane or a helicopter. Are you kidding me?
That's not true. That's not true. With good training, you can do it easily.
Anybody, you said anybody could fly an airplane or a helicopter. Come on, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No way.
For sure. You got a good trainer.
Everyone could be a sharpshooter. No way. I don't care how mental they have, they just don't have the traits and the character and the physical ability and the abilities. They just don't have it.
You need to really, in the stories that you're telling, you need to really, really pull this part out because it's going to make a big impact when you're trying to reach people.
Okay.
When you're talking about a soldier, you think about how many soldiers there are. How many people? It's designed to be. You need thousands.
Right, and some people cannot lead a troop. They could. It's just different.
No. Leadership is trainable, 100%. Do you have the patience to teach somebody? The people who are physically unable to lead, you have to have. You have to have a mental issue. You have to be schizophrenic. You got to be bipolar. You got to have something actually wrong with you. But 98% of people can be leaders and can be trained to be leaders. So when you're talking about being a soldier and that they're so different and you're just not made to cut out, it's wrong. You can. I mean, now if you have no arms and no legs, okay, sure, it's going to be hard to be a soldier for you. But you're then jumping to analogies of quarterback in the NFL, of which there's like how many teams are there? And how many quarterbacks are there?
When you said, it's just a mental thing. Like, it's not just a mental thing.
No, it's mental.
Playing sports, you can see it. It's just there. Even with yourself, you're like, oh, I want to be able to do this. But you can do it. You can want to all day long and mentally ascend to that. But physically, You just are not.
Most things are not physical, and people always jump, and you need to really not do this, because this is where everybody makes the mistake. You jump to something like, well, if you want to be a center in basketball, you have to be 7 feet tall. It's the worst possible example, because what we're talking about, what people usually are bringing up, whether you could be a leader or not, is nowhere near the equivalent of a physical trait of having 7 feet tall. You can't train 7 feet. But can you train someone to be a leader? Yes. Can you train someone to be a soldier? Hell yes. Can everybody be coachable? Yes. Do they want to put in the patience and the work to do it? Maybe not.
All right. Okay. All right. All I can say is okay, because Evan, I have to just take it by faith, because I know.
No, but you need to get it. You need to get it to be the coach that you want to be. You need to get it.
I'm working on that. I'm definitely trying to get that.
This is the process. Workshop it.
Right, but
how many people are in the U.S. military?
But check this out. This is why, in our coaching programs we have sessions, and then we have why can't I think right now? Then we have
evaluation time, reflective time. You don't need that.
Do I have to look up my own website to know what I'm talking about? Anyways, we have ongoing sessions. Let me just say it that way. There's because I can't. I'm being honest. I cannot.
I know you're
get
being honest.
In one session, I need 3 or 4 or 5 sessions.
You don't.
I can't get this in the first session.
Don't say I can't. The first thing they teach you.
Say again.
Don't say I can't. That's the first thing they teach you.
Well, I'm not absorbing this in the first session. I'm gonna need 3 or 4 sessions. That's why I have to. You got packages. That's what I'm looking for. So you have your 1 month package, 3 months, 6 months.
I disagree with your limiting view of yourself.
Well, I don't think it's myself. It's just I'm looking at the.
Yeah, you
evidence.
said no. You said you think you need to have multiple sessions. Like no, you can get it.
Because I want to come around to your way of thinking, but it does not line up with everything.
Well, let's walk through it then.
I won't be able to get it today.
Of course you can.
Because we had a little bit of this discussion before, and I was trying to fix my mind to get it. I'm like, hold on. The thing is, if I see all this evidence out here to the contrary, I'm not going to ignore facts. I'm not going to ignore science.
So talk to me. What's the evidence to the contrary?
Well, I gave you the couple of examples, and you kind of wash it away. I'm like, Evan.
Well, no, you're using bad examples.
You asked me to give you the difference. I said talent, gifts, and abilities.
You're comparing an NFL quarterback, of which there are like 10, to a soldier in the army, which is however many thousands. It's a poor example. What you're calling science is a really bad example. That's what we need to fix.
Okay, that's why I said we can go ahead and move athletics out the way. Okay, move that out the way.
Great. So give me some new science then.
Just stick with the military.
Okay.
Even in the military.
Okay.
People are ranked.
Yes.
Now maybe some of that ranking could be political.
Sure.
But some of that ranking is certain people have the ability to do certain things and others don't.
And when I gave
you the example of.
And what you need to separate out is how much of this job is actually an unteachable skill.
Right. Okay. So that's why I gave you the example of the Air Force and people flying planes and helicopters.
It's a really bad example.
Everyone is not built to fly a plane or helicopter.
Super easy. Super easy to fly a plane or helicopter. Almost anybody in America can get a helicopter license. Like you just no. Go look up. You want to look at facts and science. I drive by a place every week on the way to my sister-in-law where they'll teach you to fly for $149.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Mass market, anybody can do it off the street. I mean, you have to have, I guess, be an adult and whatever else, but you're just wrong. You, Xander Man Smith, are not looking at the facts or the science. Go look at how many people have learned how to fly a plane or a helicopter. You're not looking at science.
And you're saying this is all based on them making up their mind.
What?
You're saying this is all based on them making up their minds. I want to fly. I'm going to fly. And once they make up their minds they're going to fly, they can go learn to fly.
No, I think it's also the quality of the teacher. I think the teacher influences a lot. I think if if Zan the man's teaching you confidence, he can get better results than if somebody's trying to do it all on their own. Like, I think mentorship and coaching matters.
But at the end of the day, it's all mental.
I think what I said was you have to very clearly differentiate between what elements are mental and what aren't. And to jump in and say that flying a plane is mostly physical, you're just wrong. It's not. Most people can't fly a plane.
I think flying a plane or a helicopter is a learnable skill like everything else.
And not that difficult a skill.
But it does require a certain level of coordination. It does require a certain level of skill that
is learnable.
Attain that level.
How do you get skills, Zan? How do you get skill? You learn it. It's not a physical barrier. It's not a physical limitation. Being an NFL quarterback, there are physical limitations. Being an NBA center, there are physical limitations.
We're not talking about sports again. L. Dane said you're probably both right. I think we're both right, L. Dane, but I want to wear Evan's skin to see it from his point of view.
Zan, and what we're talking about, Zan, is not right.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. Cool.
No, keep going.
No. Listen, I've got nothing else. I've got nothing else. I do want to take care of the chat, but I've got nothing else.
Well, okay, but then, maybe, so what's left then? What's the resistance?
I'm saying maybe later, after I think on this again, like I normally do. I'm like, now I see what Evan's talking about. If it happens,
hold on. But if there's nothing left, then what are you holding on to? Why doesn't it make sense?
No, because there's no place else I can go. I'm kind of stuck at a certain level.
Where are you stuck?
I'm like, hold on. I cannot see what you're talking about.
So where are you stuck? What's going on?
That's it.
What?
My brain is fried. Okay.
Your brain is not fried. You're fine. Jesus Christ, your brain is fried.
I care about this chat.
Is that a physical limitation? Come on. What else?
Yeah, okay. I have a limitation there right now.
No, you're fine.
I mean, maybe the 2025 Zan would get this. Right now, the 2021 Zan?
No. Is it 2021 Zan gets it. So let's go.
No, not right now. Not right now, Evan. I don't get it right now. I really don't.
So what don't you get?
You want me to be honest, right? You want me to be honest?
I know. Of course.
Okay. So right now, I'm not getting it. It's
right.
not computing.
I get it. So what don't you get?
Just the stuff I said. The things I told you.
We'll break it down. There are very few people who are not made for almost anything.
Oh my gosh, Evan is like a what do you call those? He's like a pit bull. He would not let something go.
That's how Zan the man grows.
I'm okay as far as
No, you're not okay. You're not okay.
February the 19th. This is as far as I can grow today.
That's not true. You don't want to say that. Your 2025 is embarrassed that you're saying that. This is the max I can do. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
I still have the rest of 2021 to grow.
No. You're not happy with that. Don't lie to me, to Believe Nation, and to yourself to say that you're happy with that. It's not. You're not happy with that. That's not what growth looks like. That's not what confidence looks like. Come on.
For right now.
No.
This is
no.
as far as I can
no.
go.
It's not true.
It's circular now.
Not true.
Tomorrow, I may be able to stretch a little bit more.
No. Stop circling.
So where did this start? Just to catch me up.
Well, I'll let Evan.
No. We're just waiting for Zan.
Evan's more eloquent. He can because Evan can make it more concise.
We don't need it precise. We need Zan's words.
I'm fine with Zan's words.
Yeah, I love Zan words. Let's go, Zan. Tell us.
Well, tomorrow is Saturday, so.
And?
Tomorrow is Saturday.
Zan's used to being able to sweet talk his way out of things with his charm, but I don't really care about his charm, so.
Evan is, woo-wee! Oh my goodness.
Let's go, Zan.
Evan, can we just, okay, how about this? Can we take a break?
No.
A pause?
No.
A timeout?
No, this is a moment in time that's happening right now. We just nothing moves on. Nothing moves on. If we go, listen, I'm cool going for another hour and a half on this, and then you know what's gonna happen?
No way.
No, you know what's gonna happen? Monday we kick back off, same thing.
Come on, man.
This gets resolved. Growth must happen.
There's nothing left, man. We're good.
Then we'll stay on it. You could start by telling Drew what this is all about.
But Drew, I would tell you what it's all about only if you would give your assessment and your opinion also.
Okay.
Drew, you can always count on Drew for his opinion.
No, Drew. Sometimes he'll sit back in the cut and just let it keep going.
Well, I'll give you my perspective on wherever you guys are at.
All right, let's
Drew,
go.
here's this in a nutshell. Here we go. This is good.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Now check this out, Evan. Listen, don't interrupt me, Evan. Let this.
Okay, Evan will stay
Let's
quiet.
go. Come on, Zan.
Let's look at this. I'm talking to you, Drew.
Okay.
Drew,
No,
you are an engineer, correct?
Oh my gosh.
well, okay, sure.
Can anybody and everybody become an engineer?
Anybody and everybody can become an engineer if they so choose.
Ouch.
Okay, remember you. Okay.
Do you want to do confidence coaching, Drew?
Wait, Drew. You talked about doing Calc 3.
Uh-huh.
Did you go to Calc 5? Is that the highest?
No, Calc 4
It's
is
high.
the highest in calculus.
All
But
right.
differential
Oh.
equations is often
Right.
described as
So when you was going through all your math classes,
uh-huh.
anybody can. You said that you know Calc 4.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can learn Calc 4. Anybody can do Calc 4.
Anybody, if they choose to, can do Calc 4. Zan the man can do Calc 4 if he so chooses.
I was done at Calc 1. I was done.
You want to be a confidence coach, Drew?
I mean, I can be. Do I want to? That's debatable.
Okay. Okay, last questions, Drew, and then I'll go back to Evan.
All right.
Can take someone in the Air Force, for example, that fly planes and
Okay.
fly helicopters, okay?
Okay.
Can anybody fly planes and fly helicopters? I mean, enter into the Air Force and go through the training and fly planes and fly helicopters?
Assuming that the Air Force doesn't disqualify them for any physical abnormalities, yes.
There you go.
Wow. Okay.
So, you want to... It's kind of interesting because growing up, our parents tell us that we can do whatever the heck we want.
Some parents.
Okay, some parents. But I don't in a lot of like while they themselves don't believe that for themselves, when in reality it is totally true. Anybody can do anything if they so choose.
Okay, but you are adding a qualifier, meaning, you know, a guy that's trying to.
I mean, if you have zero desire to do something, you're not going to do it, right?
Right, but if you come to, for example, you are making exceptions. For example, sports. Certain people they can never be an NFL quarterback or Michael Jordan in the NBA. Some people just don't have the physical.
I mean, they can try. I mean, so you know, Tim Ferriss talks a lot about when looking to become the best at something. A lot of times, rather than looking at the most successful people, look at the people who are successful. Who, when you look at them, you wouldn't think that they are successful at whatever it is that you're trying to learn. And use that as your base case rather than using the number one person.
But there are physical requirements for certain positions in life.
And while that may be true, that doesn't disqualify any one individual from participating in those positions.
But then why are people born with different talents, gifts, and abilities?
Say that again. Why do
Why are people born with certain talents, gifts, and abilities, and others are not born with that? And those talents, gifts, and abilities that a person is born with slants them to be able to do certain things in life. and
So,
others do not
well-
have those certain talents, gifts, and abilities. Cannot, like, everyone can't sing. So
Every,
the thing
I mean,
is that
everybody.
Bob
can
Dylan.
sing. Everybody can sing.
Willie Nelson.
It's,
Sorry, I'm not saying anything.
yeah.
Bob Dylan, greatest singer of all time. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
those
I
songs
think,
are-
while yes, people may have innate abilities at being more proficient than others, but that doesn't disqualify somebody who doesn't have those innate abilities.
yeah, but
doing the thing.
if you take someone who's like, look at Usain Bolt or Jesse Jackson, it just, I don't care how much you train, you're never gonna be able to beat those guys.
How do you know? Like,
How do we know? We have proof. We have evidence.
have you tried?
At some point, Zan's going to get tired, and then he's going to actually listen. We're waiting for the moment.
Well, no, but Drew, fair enough. Drew answered my questions. Fair and square. Okay.
My question is have you tried?
Me, I'm not talking about me personally.
Well, with whatever, like, don't necessarily give that example. Who do you aspire to be that you say right now you can't be like them? And the question that I would have is have you tried?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're talking about me personally. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't really desire to be like anybody right now.
Okay.
When I was younger, I had people I looked up to. That said, oh man, Bruce Lee or whatever, XYZ, right? But like, because I know who I am, I'm just happy with what I have to contribute and leave to the universe and to the world. But do I want to be like anyone? No. I mean, there's certain things I would like to have, but I know I'm gonna get that based on hard work and based on applying certain work ethics to it, or just doing the work, and it will come. But to be anyone? Mm-mm.
Okay.
If
So
let me
gauge.
Let me try to play the game. Let me try to give you an answer. Come up with an answer. The closest person I wanted to be like would have been like my grandfather or my father.
Was your grandfather or your father a competence coach?
Nope.
Okay. So then
But that's just a title. That's just a title.
that disqualifies them.
Yeah,
Pick
but
someone else.
that's just a title. But they did instill confidence in me,
Okay.
especially my father.
Okay.
But my grandfather, just by me watching how he lived and the things that he did, it makes you feel like you could do it. You follow me? Those are the two most impactful people I've had in my life.
Okay.
My grandfather and my father.
So I want to make sure that I understand where this conversation started and
Well, yeah.
so it sounds like Zan has the belief that people can't do everything or can't do things that they think.
It started with Zane saying, not everyone is made out to be a soldier. That's the starting point.
Because I had a conversation this morning with Terry Thompson, and he's a 24-year vet.
Okay.
And he's a real true soldier.
Okay.
And Evan was like, "Oh, anyone could be a soldier." I'm like, "Everyone is not cut out to be a soldier."
Cut out.
But like that's under the notion that, like, so I feel like, can somebody disqualify themselves as not being cut out to be, or disqualifies themselves as a soldier? Sure. If they try and fail and come to the conclusion, them personally, that they are not cut out for it and give up on it, then yes.
Well, even a drill sergeant, the training say, "You know what, son, you're not cut out to do this. You can't, even like if you want to be a Navy SEAL."
That's his own opinion. That has nothing to do.
But no,
with,
there's regiments.
whether or not he
there's
is
exercises.
actually, I mean, half of the battle is like the internal game, not the external game.
Okay. but there are certain exercises and certain competencies you must have to be able to move on to the next round. If you cannot complete those or do those for whatever reason, then you're not cut out. Now, we're not talking about someone rigging the game against you, someone sabotaging. We just talking about.
You're assuming that they just simply give up.
Well,
I
maybe
mean, if somebody has the determination, then I don't see any reason why they can't ultimately do what it is that they're trying to do. If somebody really wants to be a soldier and wants to put in the time and the effort, and why can't they?
Well, that's what we're trying to get my brain around, because I just think certain people have certain abilities, and that's not good or bad, but I just think certain people have certain abilities, and yeah, you can improve your mentality and improve your competencies, even your confidence in that lane, in that what you're doing, but trying to step outside of that you're not built for.
But,
I mean,
Built for him. The language is so wrong.
Everything is malleable.
okay, and that's what I really want to come around to see things from you guys' point of view, but given the evidence, given the fact, given human history, it does not line up.
Wrong. You are saying non-factual things. You are the opposite of science. You are personal prejudice to the max. You are Mr. Judgment everybody in the face is what you are right now. There is zero science in what you're saying.
Okay. And okay, so I'm saying, okay, so this is where you came in, Drew. I'm saying, okay, Evan.
Yeah.
You are right. I need to learn to come around to that, and right now, today, I need to work on that. So maybe tomorrow, next week, or next month, or next year, which is still before 2025.
Not happening.
Like, oh, I finally get what Evan is saying.
Nope.
But at this particular moment,
not
it's
true.
Like it's not computing.
It already computes more than it did before Drew.
At the end of the day, whether or not you actually get it boils down to your own decision on accepting that you've gotten it.
Well, and this is so important.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Both of you guys. If
both of us. Tell us.
Yeah, if both of you guys, listen, if this is true what you guys are saying.
Give us some science.
Then everybody should be able to do everything at the same level.
Yeah. If they put their minds to it.
And
there's physical, you have to, what you this whole thing's in, what, like, the biggest limitation that you're missing is you can't separate the physical limitations from everything else. Can everybody be everything? No, you can't. Everybody can't be the best sniper in America. There will be some physical limitations. Can everybody be the 7-footer? No. But most things that people want to do, the physical limitations are actually very small. And to say that there are people who just are not cut out for the military and just wash them aside and paint them with a brush is the exact judgment blind spot that you need to fix, because to be in the military, yes, if you are in a wheelchair, you can't be a soldier going through mud. Okay. But most of the things that are limiting people is not the physical. It's just the decision.
Right, but see, again, and that's what we took it out. We took it from the realm of sports and athletics, Drew, because that's a very, very small percentage of the population.
But you said military, and that's giant. And you said flying a plane.
Let's go back to the average. We know that just like being a doctor, being a medical doctor, I don't care how much you want to be a doctor, everyone is not cut out to become a doctor.
Now, there's no physical. No, this is where you're wrong again. There are no physical limitations of becoming a doctor. Nothing. It's like the worst example you could ever use, almost. There are no physical limitations. Now,
but you got to set me up for that one.
You said it. You're setting yourself up. You're
no, I know.
Tightening the noose on everything. Now,
I'm trying to get out of sports.
As a high-level surgeon, where your hand has to be super on point, there aren't 75-year-old surgeons because their hands are a little shaky. That's a physical limitation. But to be a doctor requires no physical limitation. You can be in a wheelchair and be a doctor.
Okay, it depends
It's a
on the type
mental
of-
game.
Okay.
It's a
So
decision.
can we go with this? Okay. So how about this, guy? Maybe we can find a happy medium here.
There's no
Okay,
medium.
now, I don't know.
There's,
Can we
there's a
find
happy Zen
medium?
understanding.
Check this out. Check this out.
We're
check this
listening.
out. Everyone can be a doctor. Yes. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, then can we agree on this? That everyone can be a certain type of doctor.
That's not your
You
problem,
know
Zan.
that?
That's not
Just
your
like
problem.
If you want to say everyone can be a
No,
soldier,
you're missing a point.
then there's certain people and it could be certain types of soldiers.
You know what they call this in the engineering space?
Yes. No.
They call this a corner spec.
What CORNER? Corner spec?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like a very specific, very out of the normal operation definition. Like, so the reason why Elon has a bunch of testing done on his autopilot right now is because he's collecting data on those corner cases that are outside of the realm of the normal. You are giving an example that is like a very specific corner case to drive a general brush, which is not a good way to set up an argument.
Well, it's not. I hate you guys to classify this as an argument. To me, it's just a discussion. We may have some disagreements.
I mean,
different perspectives.
No,
but
this is not, Zan, this is not an argument. This is not a discussion. This is an intervention.
Here we go again.
This is an intervention because this isn't just important for you to get. You're a confidence coach. You have to teach this stuff. You can't be walking into a room with somebody who has this aspiration. You're going to say, there's no way you can do it. That's the worst you can do to somebody's confidence. You have to not only understand it, you have to live it, and then you have to teach it. This is a flat-out intervention. And we'll stay with you. We'll hold your hand until we get it.
Okay, my hand's been held. Okay, we're good.
I mean, it's like your own belief that you can't you can't charge for coaching until you have a product done.
Yeah, but that's. I think that's not the same.
It's about the same.
No, it's not the same. That's just me dealing with me.
You have a belief. You have a belief that it has to be done this way, and as a function of it has to be done this way.
But it's not gonna. Okay. All right.
Just like.
All right. I mean, to make it personal, that doesn't help at all. But okay, fine.
All we
Okay,
need to do
fine.
is separate
Fine.
the physical limitation out of the equation.
Okay.
There will be physical limitations. No, stay with it.
Okay.
Now we're going softer.
Okay.
Don't let the frustration close the box, because now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
No, this is important. Like, this is your pattern. You'll fight until there's no more fight, and most people won't stick with you in a fight. I'll stick with you all the way to a fight. You need to debate something. Then you get to a point where you close down, you get defensive, and you just want to forget about it and move on. That's where we're at right now.
I hope I'm not defensive, but okay.
What do you look at your reaction? You say, I'm not defensive. What does a defensive person say? Exactly that.
Not defensive, but when I get defensive, you know when I'm defensive, and I really will push.
You're
back.
closing down.
Okay.
You're closing
I'm good.
down. And on the other side of that, stage 3 is Zhang gets it. So we made it through stage 1. We're in stage 2. And we're almost there. And there's hell no, we're going to let you sit there and be by yourself and be quiet and not get through this. You're actually not that big a shift away from where you need to be. It may seem like a chasm, but it's not even close.
Okay.
It's only pulling out the aspects that are a legit physical limitation.
Well, listen, I'm working on how to reimagine the world the way your brain and Drew brains.
I'm telling you, Zen.
It's a process for me.
Listening.
At least in this area.
This is it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
What is actually a physical limitation to this person potentially achieving their goal or not? That's the only thing. Everything else is back to your one word of confidence.
Okay.
So go back to the first example of a military. What's a physical limitation for people? Because what you were talking about, not meant out or not cut out for this or not meant to be this, most of the reasons why in your head were not physical. That they're not the kind of person. They don't have the mindset. They don't have the makeup. They don't have the confidence. They don't have there's something to them. They don't have the personality. That was your argument. Not this person has one leg and so they can't do it.
Right.
Everybody can be improved.
But the physicality was there too, but
yeah, but that's not what we're fighting over. I agree with you. Can somebody who's in a coma be in the military? No. Perfect. Wherever you want to draw the line of how many limbs we have to have, whatever. There are some physical limitations that most people don't have. But you have to believe that everybody can get their confidence to the point where they can do whatever they want to do. If it's not a physical limitation, then everything is possible.
And I guess this is where, what you say, Fonda? Hey, Evan. Hey, Xander, man. How you doing? Okay, so I'm trying to get over there, guys. They won't let me. But
we're the bad guys. It's fine.
But at least I thought you guys could at least agree with me on this. But I guess you know you can't. But based on what you're saying, we could say it's a mindset issue. It's a mentality. Okay, great. I can go with that.
Okay.
I can go with that. But to say everyone can play the same position, like, no. Everyone cannot play the same position because people have different talents, abilities, and gifts. And to say, oh, it doesn't matter your talent, gift, and ability, you can still play that position. No, you can't.
Separate out the physical limitation from the mental. How much of that position is a physical limitation? Depending on the game, the business, the sport, whatever. Some might have, that's why doctor's a terrible example, and basketball is a great one.
Yeah, I get it. I totally agree. Well, then again, because you say anybody can be an engineer. I'm like, dude, you got to have a certain IQ to be an engineer.
But the thing is,
it's all trainable. It's trainable.
Yeah.
It's not an actual physical smarts to do it. It's trainable. Like, you want to be an engineer, you got to pass the test. Study for the test. It might take you 4 times longer to do it. Doesn't mean you can't do it.
Some people have certain innate aptitude for math and science.
Hey, I'm not saying that's not going to be easier for some people or over others.
Okay.
But you're saying no, it's not possible. It's not their makeup.
Maybe that's the point I miss on articulating. That's where the emotions get in the way. One of the reasons why I want to tone down the emotions, because sometimes emotions cloud the thinking. Well, at least for me.
No, but that's you need to go through it. You need to go. This is how you process stuff. So we're doing it. We're doing it with you live.
I even had something for you, Evan. I never showed you before, man. And this is not my creation, but I thought I would adapt it because there's many people out there that's not even aware of the emotional wheel. I said, because you was talking about emotions and feelings earlier on, like, yeah, so you want to get away from feelings. I said, you know what? Maybe Evan got a point. So let me go look into this thing about emotions and feelings. Okay. And understand the distinction. And I came up with, I discovered this emotional wheel that I can go back and look at, and then I can share as a teaching device with other people. And this is the first time I'm showing it on the show. There it is, right there.
Okay, I can't see it, but
okay.
I see colors.
Yes. So it's a combination of different circles, outer circle, inner circle, then the inner circle, and the inner circle shows the 6 emotions that most people are always feeling, from mad, scared, joyful, powerful, peaceful, to sad. And then it breaks out in those same sections. Like, for example, mad, the next level going out shows that when a person is mad, it's because they was hurt, hostile, angry, selfish, hateful, critical. And as it goes further out, it shows that they become distant, sarcastic, frustrated, jealous, irritated, skeptical. Mm-hmm. And then it has one for each of those color wheels, or the color sections in the circle.
Okay.
Which is like emotional. And so I said, let me go back and study this. And this was a while back. I said, well, you know what? This is a great teaching device when I want to learn something for myself, or when I want to share with other people to get more clarity on the subject. So when you mentioned that, I had pulled this out, and it's all good.
Okay. And listen,
hey guys, great job. Okay. So
No. Hold on.
Dane-
We can come
L.
back.
Dane-
No. We can come back to that. I mean, that's ultimately how you can. This really started with the idea of wearing people's skin, and me saying that you'd be good at it because of the lack of judgment, except for the 2% of places where you hold strong judgments, like what we just went through. I think you'd be great at it, whether you want to use that wheel or something else. The lack of judging somebody is your superpower. It's why people talk to you. It's why they open up. But as soon as you feel any kind of judgment, like, oh, you can't do that, that's what all their friends and family and parents are telling them.
Okay. But Drew, thank you for taking the time to really explain. I mean, this time Drew didn't back off. He really went in, and I appreciate that, Drew.
Because we love you, Zan.
Well, I love you guys too, and I appreciate it. I've grown a lot since this challenge is more than Zan reading questions.
As what?
This challenge is more than Zan reading. I'm talking about myself. I said this challenge is more than Zan reading questions.
Yeah, that's tough. And it's tough to be put in the fire, and it's tough to.
No, it's not.
Dude, just take a compliment.
I enjoy it. I really do.
No, you didn't. You'd enjoy it afterwards, but you don't enjoy it while you're doing it. You tried to dodge it 1,000 times, and that's fine.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't gain. I'm not sadistic. I don't gain pain from pleasure, but I don't gain pleasure from pain. I'm not sadistic, but I do enjoy, the process of learning and the process of what maybe somebody else might benefit from. But the only thing I really don't like is, I've told you before, I don't like me taking up other people's time.
You don't actually like the process of that learning. You like the result of the learning.
You think so?
Yeah. Look at how many times we've done, like, that pattern repeats itself. I'll say something. You have to give, like, we have to exhaust all of your examples until you actually start to listen. This happens over and over and over and over again. It's like, well, what about this? And what about this? What about this? And most people just will not have the patience to sit there, even if they're right, and deal with it. Most people wouldn't even stand up to you because they think you know what you're talking about, and your confidence in your opinion will give them start to question themselves over, maybe I wasn't so right on this stuff. You can.
I don't gaslight people, man. Come on.
No, it's not gaslighting people. It's a defense mechanism that you've got. Most people won't hang with you. Not hang out with you, but they can't hold. They can't stand up to you. They wouldn't know what to say. They can't stay in a ring with you. They have lack of confidence themselves, and they wouldn't even know what to say or how to say, and they'd start to doubt themselves. Well, he's so confident in that, and maybe he is right and I'm wrong. So you need the debate. You need to have somebody hang with you in the ring until you exhaust every argument. It was circular because you kept saying the same example 40 different times, just now it's a different profession.
I want you guys to be right. That's what it is. I want you guys to be right against the evidence and the science.
No. Your science is wrong. We can go back. Show me the science. What you're putting your hat on is quicksand.
But okay. Yeah. Okay, so L. Dane says, I think you're both right from a personality, psychological perspective. It's definitely different how difficult it is for different people to do different things, but everybody probably can.
Everybody may not be as good as somebody else, but you put in the work. Guys, I did 350 videos before I wasn't totally embarrassed. I was not naturally gifted at making videos at all. You looked at me when I was making content, you'd say, this guy's never going to make it in any kind of media business. No way. And it took me 10,663 videos to get here.
Anything's possible.
And I'm pretty kick-ass at it. And I can still get better. But on paper, I got everything against me. But there's no physical limitation. If I couldn't use my voice, that might be a problem. I have to go Stephen Hawking style and type it into a computer or something.
And he still was able to communicate.
Yep.
And audibly get his voice, get his thoughts audibly heard. Which is, you talking about a brilliant mind, my goodness.
You're gonna have to teach this.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's not just living it and understanding or like agreeing or like, okay, whatever, Evan and Drew. Like if you are a confidence coach, you have to teach this. It has to be absolute certainty. Because if you have any kind of wavering confidence in them, they're not going to buy in, whoever you're coaching and helping.
right. Anything's possible.
With some physical limitations. It's the mistake everybody makes is they go to the physical limitations. Everybody goes to basketball. Yeah, that's a physical limitation, guys. Even though Muggsy Bogues and whoever else played, right? I mean, it's still possible. But he's not going to be center.
Yeah, Webb, all those guys, yeah. Nate Archibald back in the day.
A 75-year-old man's not going to go be a quarterback for sure.